is this your first time in Spain?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my first time traveling internationally, like ever. So this was very awesome, and I freaking loved it because it's like I didn't know, like I kind of knew what to expect, but I kind of didn't know what to expect at the same time because it's like it's my first time leaving the country, the first time because I've taken airplanes before, like going to Virginia, going to New York to visit family. But this is my first time actually leaving the country, like being like adios America, like hola España.
Nice.
And the flights were okay. Get this, international flights aren't that bad. Domestic flights are worse, which is very odd, because you would think that going halfway around the world that'd be like more of a drag, and it actually wasn't. It was very peaceful. Like I flew with Aer Lingus, a company I never heard of before, but
Mm-hmm.
like they fed you depending on time of day. They fed you either dinner or breakfast. They gave you snacks every like 2 hours, and they gave you breakfast or a slight dinner, stuff like that. So I had a great time. Plus, like free movies, like they freaking had Guardians of the Galaxy 2 already out. Like they had all the latest movies in English too. So you
Okay.
had unlimited amount of movies, you had music, you had TV shows, like you were set.
So did you sleep going over?
I did. Like okay, so for the first like going over, I didn't sleep that much, obviously because I was too excited. So I flew from Chicago to no from Austin to Chicago. That was like about a 2.5 hour flight. Then from Chicago to Dublin, Ireland, that was about 7.5 hours. But I slept the first 2 hours on that flight, and then I woke up, and then they gave me like food and whatnot. And then we landed. Then from Dublin to Madrid, that was about another 2 hours, and that one was just we all slept on that flight because we went ahead 7 hours. So your body's like, what's going on here, And so once we got to the airport, we were all like, that jet lag hit us like a bus. We were just like, man, I am tired. Because like it was 10 a.m. over there, but it was back home. It was like 3 a.m. So it's kind of like your body's like, what's like you should be asleep right now.
Mm. So how long did it take you to adjust to the time difference?
Probably like I would say about 2 days because we flew in on that Sunday at 10 a.m. and then we had drove from Valladolid to no from Madrid to Valladolid, which is like a 2 hour bus ride. We all like crashed on that bus once we got on, and then we woke up and we walked around and whatnot. And I went to bed around like 10 or 11 o'clock that night, and then the next day we had class at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and we had a siesta at around 3 o'clock. We had a siesta, so I would say around like 2 days took me to adjust fully to get the tiredness out of my system, and then I was good to go.
Nice. Okay. So should tell for our listeners that you went on a study abroad trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what are you studying? I know you told me this was your. I know you're saying mass comm, but this was your
Minor
minor.
for
Okay.
Spanish.
Okay, minor Spanish.
Yes.
So how do you feel taking the trip? Do you think it helps you enhance your degree you're taking pursuing? Sorry, one word.
Pursue. Oh, okay. So for me per se, since I don't have a definite like in stone plan what I want to do for my career or not, because like how life likes to get in the way every now and then. But the reason why I decided to take Spanish was because of my Spanish professor my previous year in Spanish in college, because she inspired me to learn it because here in Texas it's very valuable to know Spanish because you have Spanish speakers here, and also in California too. Like pretty much like the Hispanic population in California is huge, so like no being bilingual and already knowing Spanish and English that helps you in the job market. So that's why I wanted to learn it because no, I won't lie. In high school, I didn't learn nothing because my first Spanish one teacher, she started, I think, a month after school started because she had surgery, which, like, that's major. But then she quit 2 months in because her mother was sick in Mexico. So we had like a sub teach us Spanish, which you know how far that goes. And my Spanish two teacher, sophomore year, she was pregnant. So halfway through the year, she left because she had her baby. And then my Spanish 3 professor, he just sucked. Like, he didn't do anything. So I was just like, I hated his class because you be asking like, okay, why are you using this tense to, write? He's like, just because you just do it. And I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you know? And coming from New Orleans, like, I grew up speaking French, which I don't know any French right now. But we started learning Spanish, I believe, my 5th grade year. But the Spanish I learned wasn't the Castilian Spanish or the Mexican Spanish. It was actually Central American Spanish. So it was two different types of Spanishes. And when I got older, I was just like, man, I don't like Spanish because it's so, people who speak it are so rude and mean, like, but that's not true. So I just, my, for my degree now for mass communications, it required to learn a second language. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to give Spanish another shot. I'm going to try, no guarantee. And my Spanish professor, Professora Julia, she was just amazing. Like, she was awesome. And what blew me away with her was that there was a kid in our class who was from Thailand, so he barely knew English and he was taking Spanish. What she did to help him get an A in the class, she translated everything from Spanish into Thai, so for him to understand everything. Okay. And I was just like, oh my god, you're amazing! Like, she went the extra mile to help him. Wow. And you're just like, yeah, like, she blew me away. And so because of her, I decided to have a minor in Spanish because with Spanish, well, with my university, it's Spanish 1, 2, that's like your basic, and then you're done. But Spanish 3 and 4, and then you have an advanced composition, a culture, and I forgot the fifth one, but after that it's a minor. So I was like, oh, it's only 5 classes, so I might as well, So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have taken Japanese, but I was like, no, that'd be kind of really, really hard. But let me just try and ease my way into learning Spanish, since I can use it a bit more here in America for right now.
And I think you kind of get Japanese lessons for free watching anime.
Oh yeah, that too. So anime, definitely, you understand it because of anime, and I've been watching since I was little. So with sub, not dubbed.
I'm on the dub. I'm coming to sub late. I'm
really?
I'm coming backwards because Toonami was my gateway. So I was like,
oh, I did it too. Toonami. So it's just that when you watch it sub, you got to see what happened before it got dubbed, obviously. And I won't lie, sometimes when I don't feel like reading, I be lazy. I'll watch the dub version because I don't feel like reading.
So I know you said, but before we start talking, that you found anime area in Spanish. So how was that?
Okay, I don't know the name because when I was walking around, I was just exploring Barcelona, and my phone was about to die, so that's why I didn't take too many pictures when I was in there. But once I went in, it looked like a game store, like a GameStop here, but they called it something else there, and I forgot the name. I'm so sorry about that. But when I walked in, first all I saw was PS4 games, and on the left I saw the old school Game Boy Advances, Nintendo 64, and I was just like, oh my god, what is this? It looks awesome. Okay. So when I went further in, they had, of course, Overwatch, Divas, the first thing I saw, and they had a bunch of they had a lot of classic games, Nintendo 64 games, Mario, Smash Brothers, the originals. And further back, they had a lot of the classical animes like Chobit, Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Samurai Champloo. They had all the classic animes, the original Gundams. It's all in Spanish, obviously. But I was just amazed at it. It had all these figurines, too, that I saw Sailor Moon for 25 euros. And I was just like, oh my god, it's Sailor Moon. And the guy was sitting behind the corner. He was just like, okay, just looking around. Okay, whatever, And when I went further back into the store, they had more comic books. Of course, X-Men, Spider-Man, the Hulk. They had all that. They also had manga too. Everything was in Spanish, which I was very surprised and shocked. And it wasn't that expensive. I believe one manga book was about 10 euros. So give or take, that's 12 American dollars. So it's pretty much the same, over there. I didn't buy anything because I was just exploring, trying to save my money to mind you. Yes. But it was really cool to see anime and to see comic books all in Spanish because the Spanish culture, they actually really do like anime over there and video games. Mm-hmm. Which I like because my host brother, he was telling me that, Final Fantasy is not popular over here. And I was like, I highly doubt that. And I went to the game store and it's all you see is Final Fantasy 15, 13, 2, 14, 7, 6, remake. It's everywhere because they love the gaming industry over there.
So, or is it not as popular to him? I wonder.
That's not the popular to him. He likes the classic games like Mario, like the original Mario.
Okay.
But like all the modern stuff, once you go into like the main cities, they love like Final Fantasy 15. They love like everything that's new. Even Neo Automatica,
Mm-hmm.
that was the it game currently over there. Like that was the it game. It was like 60 euros to buy, and Final Fantasy 15 was about 20 euros. So that's a big difference right there.
So what's the conversion rate? I'm trying to get the conversion.
Now the conversion rate for it does fluctuate each day. I know, for example, let me see. Okay, for example, when I had took out 300 American dollars, wait, no, I took out 300 euros from the ATM. That was equivalent to about 350 American dollars.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so typically, and when I took out 20 euros, that was about 22 American dollars.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. It fluctuates. Okay. It's
Yes.
close, but
So
yet it fluctuates.
yeah, and actually, their euro is almost at a 1-to-1 with our American dollar because typically, the euro is always like the highest currency out there, but because of their economy currently, it's almost at a 1-to-1 with America's dollar, which is good for us, but not so great for them.
Right, because it's just like some places here where it's like $1 for us. It's like $100 some other places.
Yep,
So,
you got it.
so I was like, okay. So, what was the experience like living with a host family?
Okay, it was actually really great. I'm glad I actually did it because when I was back in high school, I had a friend named Gabby. She was from Argentina, and she was always telling me that she hated her host family, but then she had to transfer them. So I was like, man, I don't want to get in a host family. And I was also thinking too, like, I don't want to live in someone else's house for a month. It's kind of weird to like live with someone you don't know. That's the first thing. I don't know you. To get accustomed to your house rules, your house ways. But one of my coworkers, he told me, "Oh no, I've done it before. It's not that scary. It's good because you have a roommate who is also with you in the experience too. And so when you go, like you will have people to show you around, people who will cook for you, people who will show you the hot spots, take you out, whatnot. And I personally loved it. Like my host family, like my host mom, she had 7 kids. 7 kids, but they all didn't live with her because the youngest was about 16 and he had a twin, and the oldest was about like 26. So they were all pretty much moved out and they all constantly travel. So that's why she decided to start hosting because they were hardly home and she wanted to like still have kids, kids quote unquote.
Right.
So like living with them for a bit was actually really awesome because the sister, she would take me out to like different like shopping hotspots for like the club scenes or the cafes. Just saying, oh, this is the place to come for like Friday nights for like the salsa dancing or for like this type of food or this type of drinks and whatnot. So I had a positive experience with it. And yes, I have a roommate too. So like that way, if something were to go down, we can like talk to each other and whatnot. But it was great too. They actually help me stay on track and speaking in Spanish because like how you don't know the language so you don't speak in English, but they're like no, like Espanol, like you gotta speak it, so that helped me too. So
How was that part?
it was great. Oh, the Spanish, it was pretty good. I made a lot of mistakes obviously, but no, I'm still learning. And Español es muy difícil porque puede combinar los verbos in mass you can sorry you can change them a lot, so I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
like make sure I'm using the correct tenses and the correct time. So pero español es muy fácil cuando estudiar mucho. So mi amigo comprende español. Sí.
No sé.
No sé. Okay.
I don't know Spanish
Vale,
that
vale.
well. I don't know Spanish that well. I will not lie to you.
It's okay. It's a work in
See,
progress, and I won't lie. Like I have been having some difficulty coming back speaking in English, and it's like I swear I speak English, guys.
cause like I knew what you said. I was like, okay, I know what you said because I know that much, like some basic conversational Spanish, but like I don't know that much to go far. I'm like I can't follow, but I can. What was it? Use context clues. Yeah, I can do that much.
Hmm.
But but that's a but that's a good experience for you. It helps
Oh
you
yes,
with
I loved it.
it helps you with your professional development and development as a person too.
It does too, because I won't lie, like living in Texas, I'm surrounded by people who are typically from Mexico, like, Mexicans or Hispanic. But their Spanish, I notice, is more rough because they use the back of their mouths more. And in Spain, which is the Castilian Spanish, they use the front of their mouth more. So they talk like a lisp, but it
Oh.
sounds pretty. You can understand it more because they don't speak as fast and it's not as rough sounding to me personally.
Mm-hmm. So what was like the transition back to speaking English on like a daily basis? Are you still finding yourself going back to speaking Spanish?
Oh, I do still because let's see, when I flew from Madrid to Dublin, I was still speaking in Spanish because like people travel to Dublin a lot over there, and which I have to add this into. I am so jealous of Europeans because they get to travel to all these countries for super cheap. You get on a train. You can go to Paris, Italy. You can go to Portugal. You can go to United Kingdom. I take a bus ride or take a train or airplane over there, and I'm just like, oh, so jealous, and it's so cheap for them. But like when I flew from Dublin to New York, that's when I was having difficulty transitioning back to English because I would walk past people and be like, oh, pardon. And I'm like, oh, señor, tengo una pregunta. And I was like, wait, English. I can use English now. So it's kind of like your tongue gets confused. So it was a good experience, though. So like, this is how bilingual people feel all the time,
Mm.
Like which language to use. Like my brain is like, ah.
Because I was enjoying your like daily updates on Facebook.
Yay, I'm glad.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm jealous. You're traveling, but no, it's good. It's good for you. Because then you post like when you posted your picture, like you called Mr. Mime. I was like, ah, lucky you're over there.
It was Yeah, he popped up, right? Because I was looking for him, and he finally popped up, and I was so excited to finally get one.
Because like I think, what is it? Farfetch. Apparently, you can only get that in Japan. I think.
Oh, really?
I think I'm
Wow.
not too sure, but now they're doing the legendary birds, and I'm like, I'll get to that at some point when I have time to want to do a raid battle. I don't have time to do that right now.
Yeah, and if you follow me on Snapchat too, I was updating every day on Snapchat as well.
I still have not got on that train. One day.
Which is funny too. Like in Spain, they're not on the Snapchat train because it came out a couple of years ago, obviously, but they're just like, oh, that's old news, so we're on something else. So I'm like, huh, interesting. But typically over there, they use this app called WhatsApp to text and call people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all use it. Like they have their own like cellular plans, whatever. They still choose to use WhatsApp. I'm like, oh, okay.
WhatsApp is good because you could use it to make international phone calls for free, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
okay.
text and everything. So I can
So,
see why.
yeah. Because I know I've used it before when family members go overseas for business trips, and the
Mm-hmm.
call comes in. I'm like, oh, it's like a regular phone call. It's just through an app. But that's interesting. But then it makes you think about like the cultural norms of like what's popular, here
Mm-hmm.
versus somewhere else. Because
Yeah,
people always say, they go after what America does, but sometimes we're always late to things.
that is true. Like the fashion, the music, and everything. And also to have to tell you about like their sleeping schedule over there, which is very odd.
How?
So typically you'll have dinner around 10 or 10:30. And sometimes people will go out. So typically people go to sleep around on a weekday mind you, around like 1 or 2 a.m. Then you'll wake up super early around like 7 or 8, and then you'll go back home and have your siesta, like your nap time after lunch after 2 o'clock. So that's what got me right there. Which I didn't mind, but it was just like, man, they go to sleep for a little bit, and then you'll see like little kids out, like little babies, like babies out still. 5 year olds running around, 6, and you're just like, shouldn't you be asleep now? Like it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
And they're running around.
Yeah, running around with their parents around. I'm just like, oh my god, they hardly sleep there. I feel.
So it is true about the 2 p.m. like siesta time,
Yes,
home from work. So it's built into, I guess, the daily life schedule.
that is true. Now, my host mom typically ate lunch around 2 or 2:30. So at around 3 to 5, like I'll go ahead and take my little siesta nap, which they do come in handy. Like they really do. And if you try and like go shopping, typically places are closed around that time because it's siesta time.
That's very interesting. Like,
Now, like if you go to major cities such as Barcelona, Madrid, they're typically still open because, like they're a major city, but and all because it's more touristy. But
right.
in all honesty, like if you go to a local place, they're closed at around 2 o'clock and they'll open up until 5, and they'll close. They'll open up back at 5 and close around 9 or 10.
That's not bad. Not bad at
It's
all.
not at all. It's awesome.
Do you think that you'll miss that time life schedule?
Definitely, because oh my god, you because over there you have a light breakfast, you have a massive lunch, and after that massive lunch you can take a nap, and I'm like that is perfect. And I don't have that anymore, so I'm like, how am I gonna adjust to like not having my nap after I eat?
It's that it's that busy lifestyle schedule that is quote unquote self imposed on us. Like you must
And
stay busy.
it's true.
That was it 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 or whatever, or some people do the 12 hour shift. I'm like, how do you do it? I don't know how.
It's true. And like Europeans even say like you can tell when someone's American over there because when you're like American, we're so like in the hustle and bustle, like everything has to be on a time crunch, like boom, 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 boom. Like this is what you do for like 8 hours straight and then you go home. But in European culture, typically they feel that you should not be so stressed out to the point where you can't work because like you're not gonna get it done correctly. So they're more relaxed on time with work ethic. Like you get stuff done, you get it done well, but you're not stressed out to get it done. And then you get to have a bottle of wine afterwards. So yeah,
Yeah, I was enjoying your wine postings too. I was like, okay, she's having fun.
so many wine. Yeah, it's because okay, get this: water is more expensive than getting wine at a restaurant. Over there, you have to pay for water at a restaurant and wine, but wine is cheaper than water. Priorities.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. And okay, so you just taught me something there. Water costs money. Because here it's like, I want a glass of water. It's free. Because water is
Yeah,
free.
that was weird to me. I was like, why do you pay for water here? And they're just like, oh, you just do because like I believe their pipe system isn't all that great, so that's why they choose to drink bottled water and everything.
That's true because it's not filtered the same way.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. It does.
Do you want to know how much wine costs over
Yes, I
there at a
would like. I
restaurant?
want to know. Yes. How much is
Okay, if you're at like a local place, wine is €1, which is like $1.
that?
Now, if you're at a fancy place, it's €1.80.
Oh, fancy.
I know.
What is it?
Yeah, and I'm talking about like cheap wine. I'm talking about high quality wine, like made in Spain or Italy or France. €1.50 at a fancy restaurant, and a bottle of that wine, like the fancy wine, is €6, which is like $6 American.
And that's how much a glass costs here, or a half
Yep,
a,
and
a
if you
half a
want to say,
glass.
for example, the aged wine and whatnot, that'll be €12, but that's only like $12 for like the whole bottle, not like a cup, just the whole bottle.
So when you moving over there?
I know. I'm just like, why did I leave? 'Cause, like, it's so cheap to drink wine. Like, and they feel, and for them, like, whenever you buy wine or any drink, they give you like a tapa or a ration. What that is like a small portion of food. Like they'll give you bread, or they'll give you graham crackers, or they'll give you like an egg with like bread, or they'll give you a little bit of paella or some beans. They'll give you something whenever you buy a drink, and it's free with the drink.
Wow,
Yeah, you buy like $1 glass of wine and they give you like some food with it.
that's not bad because you're supposed to have food when you drink. So that's not bad. So they're being considerate. That's good.
Very considerate and it's awesome. And over there too, they're so relaxed and trustworthy because like we went to a bar and typically at a bar you order your drink and you pay right then and there, right?
Right.
So we ordered our drink, they gave it to us, and we're just standing there like, okay, ready to pay. We're there for like 5 minutes, and the guy was like, y'all can sit down, right? And we're like, what? He's like, yeah, just go sit down. And we're like, oh, okay.
It's because
It was
we're
so
used to
interesting.
paying and then you sit down then.
Exactly, because like in America, you can't just walk off with your drink; you have to pay for it first. But over there, they're very trustworthy, and they'll remember. I don't know how because it gets really busy, but you just tell them and you sit down, and yeah, because when we were in Cacao, I believe the name was Okokoy or Cacao. We me and my friend Elliot and Neji, we had ordered a bunch of drinks. We were eating food, and we were like, man, we ordered like 6 drinks apiece. Like we're gonna have like a high bill, and our bill was guess how much? Like I had about like
these
5 cups of wine. She
these
had about five, and Elliot had about like 5 beers.
so these weren't balls. These were like cups, right?
Yeah, just the glasses. And we had ordered food too, mind you.
I want to say maybe 50.
No, lower.
25?
Lower.
50, wait, 15?
It was 14. We were shocked. We were like, oh my god, that's our bill.
That's just 14 euros.
Yes.
Okay, I think I know where I want to move to now. Okay, it's good enough.
And also, mind you, this too. What I love about European culture too is that when they tell you something is €1, that's it. It's just €1 because they already added in the tax. So that way, if something is €2, that's it. The tax is included, the tip is included, like everything is already included. That's all you pay is €2.
That's not bad. It's
awesome.
That's a better economy, like where we should be. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of having, because like once we go to the store here, we'll get like a shirt, for example, like 15 or 14.99, and then they add the tax in after they bring it up. But there, if something's €15 on the rack, that's it. It's just €15. Like that's it. It's awesome. Now I won't lie. Now the touristy places that I went to, they add in the tax after, but that's like very rare out there too.
Is it more of like going to like your name brands places that people know across like your
I
recognizable
would say
ones?
more of like the souvenir shops. They do that.
Okay. So, how long were you doing like I guess the touristy things? Then you kind of settled into being like a regular resident for a while.
See, well, with my program, in my school, we did touristy things every week, but like during, yeah, every weekend. But like during the week, I would like go out and explore the city and whatnot. Go out of the town. We would go bar hopping or cafe hopping. Tapa hop is what they call it out there, because like you go, you have a drink, eat some food, tapas, then go to the next one. So we did that like pretty much every day after our siestas, and it was fun too. That way you could see more local. Got a good feel of the streets of where you were walking around too. So yeah.
Well, I like it. This is nice because now you make me wish I had done this when I was in school.
I'm so glad I had this opportunity because, like, I won't lie. When I was in not middle school, high school, I really wanted to study in Japan for a week because they had this for my high school. But my mom freaked out. I was like, "No, you're not going to Japan. Gonna get kidnapped and all this stuff." Because she watched the movie Taken, and she was like, "Didn't you watch that movie? They always do that." And I'm like, "Oh my god, mother." It's a mom being a mom. You're gonna get kidnapped. You're gonna like, oh my god.
And if our parents didn't do it, we would question, why aren't you asking questions?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I told my mom, if someone kidnap me, they'll get me back. Don't worry. I talk about anime way too much.
Mm-hmm. It's like, so are we going to a con? We're going to a con?
Pretty much. I mean, so what cosplays are you gonna work on right now? What anime do you watch? Do you know any Japanese? Do you know any K-pop? Like, that'll be me. They'll be like, oh my god, stop.
Well, I feel like you would be Dot from Animaniacs. I feel like it. Like, what's that? What's this button? What's this? Okay, no. But I mean that in a good way. I mean that in a good way. No,
yeah, I know. What's this button do? So this feels like being kidnapped. I'm bored. Are we there yet?
Oh gosh, I gotta see that movie. No. Before we continue, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back with more on Blerdlines podcast.
Hi there, guys. This is Arielle Champagne, and you're listening to the Blerdlines podcast right here.
And we're back with Arielle Champagne. We're enjoying. I've been enjoying listening to you discuss your trip to Spain, and now you're making me wish I had done this when I was in school.
I encourage everyone to study abroad because yes, it does sound scary to go to a foreign country that you know nothing. Well, not just know nothing about, but just like you study up on the country you're supposed to go to, make sure it is safe to go to, and I'm pretty sure it will be if your university is offering it. But it's good just to get out your comfort zone, go to a new place, meet new people, make new friends, learn the local language, and just become more cultured in yourself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think people know this. Like, I actually had a chance, like, an offer to go to Japan, funny, in college, but then I, oddly enough, forgot about it. And,
Oh my god,
and,
Japan, motherland. Oh my god.
and I don't know why I forgot. Like, the teacher gave me, like, the paper. I was like, okay, cool. And I brought it home, and like, the semester was about over, so that's probably why I forgot, like, finals and stuff. And then during the summer, I was
Yes.
like, there's something I'm supposed to do. Oh, crap. I forgot. But,
It
yeah.
happens. But I won't lie, like whenever you do study abroad, it's not cheap. I won't lie, but for me, I got a scholarship to actually go and take this opportunity because I am in college and whatnot. And I try and keep my grades up, like try because college can get pretty hard. And it's like some students I know have the opportunity because their parents have money. My parents don't, which I'm not mad at them for, but it's just like I have to work a little extra harder. But it's like you appreciate when you can finally go because when I got word that I was going in January, I started working more hours at work, to prepare for like the whole month of July to be off and whatnot. And so now I was mad at myself once I got out. I was like, man, I should have worked more, because it was worth it. All that working I did, like the long hours at work, the overtime, it was all worth it in the end. To not have to worry about money, just be able to go over there, spend money on wine because it was not expensive. And I have to add this in too. Whenever I would buy someone a drink, I felt good about saying that because, it's only €1. Like, I got you. I buy you a drink. Okay, it's only €1. So yeah,
I'm still getting over the fact that water costs more.
yeah. Typically, because
It's
they won't give you like the glass. They'll either give you a bottle or give you a jug, and it'll be like €2, 2.25, something like that.
and
But
this
wine's
is
cheaper, so drink wine first.
drink wine. So get this, kids. You drink wine, but don't drink water. There you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Play sports, drink wine. No, I can't say that. I can't say that. but but it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like there's cultural differences. It's
Hmm.
um and it's an eye opening experience because what you if you don't know something you don't know and you quickly learn.
That's true.
Oh
And because one thing I found interesting was that being black, I have to say this too, like not putting emphasis on, but like just being black, walking around and whatnot, I felt like safe, like no one, like people would stare because like they stare out there, but it was more of like oh, are you a model because you're walking like with confidence and stuff. I'm like no, and just like they can tell when you're not from Spain if you're black, obviously, because one, you're black. Because there was sometimes they'll ask, "Oh, are you from Nigeria? Are you from Morocco?" Because they're so close to Africa. But they're just like you can walk around the city and feel safe being a woman. Like I was walking around at 2 a.m. and like no one would bother me. Like people just kept to themselves, and it's like you can walk around and not have to worry about someone's watching me or someone's gonna miss me. It's like nope, it was very safe.
so would you think it was easier to kind of put your guard down a little bit?
Yeah, actually, because I won't lie. When I went to Barcelona by myself, I was a little bit scared because, hey, I'm going by myself. Like, no one's with me, something were to happen. But it was like when the first night I got in, at first I felt kind of like uneasy because I was like, well, where? I don't know where I'm at 100%. I have my Google Maps, but that's not like, I don't know this area. But the next morning, like, I felt perfectly fine, like walking around and getting drinks, getting food. People, I would chat with people every now and then, but like no one like was like out to get you how you would think like because in America where I live in Austin, Texas, it's very safe, but sometimes like you can't walk by yourself with someone trying to like hey girl, let me holler at you or something like that, and they'll mess with you just because they can. But when I was in Spain, like I didn't get that, and if someone did try to hit on you. They'll blow you a kiss from their car, like, hey, mwah, and like keep going, and that was it.
So it's interesting. I mean,
It is very
I
interesting.
I guess we become so accustomed to acting a certain way in public. So like you always have to keep watching over your shoulder, or if people walk up on you, And you're like, okay, what are you doing? But really, it's like people just mind their business. Really, in most cases.
Exactly.
So,
And that's what I loved about it, too, to be able to walk around as a girl, as a woman, and as a black woman, too, at that, and to be young. You can walk around, no one's gonna bat an eye at you and mess with you at like 2 o'clock in the morning just because you're out and about, you know? That's the norm of it to be out that late.
and I guess here it's like you're out at 2 in the morning. It's like, okay, what are you doing? It's like,
Yeah, and like 2 in the morning too. That's like when the clubs let out. You know, you gotta stop drinking, and that's when everyone starts like going to Whataburger or something to get some late night food, and then they go home. And also too, out there in Spain, the drinking age, legal age is 16. But fun fact, you can only drink whiskey when you're 18. You can drink anything else except for whiskey at 18.
so wait, so they can drink when they're 16.
But you can't drink whiskey
until you're 18.
18, yes. I don't know why. But yeah, it's great. But I think it's because when I was out there and I had some whiskey, their whiskey is really, really good. Like, really strong, too. So I don't know. You can have, like, vodka and stuff when you're 16, but you can't have whiskey, which gets me.
That's weird. Yeah, I'm not that much of a drinker, but, like, I've had a few things. So I'm like, yeah, I remember some stuff that's a little strong. I think most recently I tried soju for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
Like, okay.
Did you like it?
I did. It was like my first time going to like a Korean restaurant for a friend in Florida, and you're like, you guys try soju? I was like, okay. And I tried part of a shot, and I was like, yep, this is gonna be strong. You can have the rest of it. So.
Yeah, it's definitely different, and so yeah, because I'm not honestly like talking about it. Like, I was never a drinker until like I turned 21, like I was legal, and like I would try stuff, but I didn't drink just to get drunk. I drink as a social drinker, you know.
Right.
And that came in handy and sane because that's what everyone does. You drink socially. You don't really drink to get plastered. Right. And like I've had soju before. I've had sake before. Like I had some good sake too. And yeah, so you come just the adult thing is to appreciate it versus just trying to get drunk.
Exactly. Yeah, there's something about drinking socially versus trying to get drunk. There's two different things. I don't ever want to get drunk. That's just my goal. Although I have friends that are like, that's our goal. No.
Yeah, it's like, no. Even like when I went to a party with my host brothers, like 2 of them, they brought us out, like this fiesta thing. They're like, oh, we're going to get drunk and hammer. And I watched it. They didn't really get drunk. They just drink a lot. So I'm like, oh, their definition of drunk and our definition of drunk are 2 different drunks. Theirs is more of like, oh, I'm being silly. Their drunk is more of like a tipsy. And our drunk is more of like, you're drunk like over the toilet, like dry heaving and stuff. So, yeah.
I think I'm probably more of the, I can feel it, I'm done. That's me.
Yeah, that's how they were. Like, they were still like drinking, but they weren't like, okay, let me get plastered immediately. It's like, no, they were just like, oh, let me have a drink. Let me start dancing, have a drink. Like, that's their type definition of drunk, which is kind of hilarious to me, but yeah.
So did you try something different that you hadn't tried before?
I tried all the wines, and I noticed that too. Whenever you went to a different place, as for the house wine, it's different everywhere you go. And I have names on my phone because I forgot because there's so many I had to try, and it's like it's only €1, so it's not like I'm gonna break the bank trying them.
Right.
So I love like trying the Spaniard wines, the Italian wines. Like they were just amazing. You can taste the freshness in them. Like it was awesome. And I did have some mojitos too. Those are pretty good over there too. And what's funny is that their martinis, Mexican martinis, they're really sweet. Okay. They're not like sour or bitter like how they are here in America. They're really sweet over there because, like, it's not authentic Mexican food or whatnot, but, they try.
Okay. So, I didn't ask you about the food. Okay, so food-wise, because a lot of people say, stuff is authentic Spanish or Mexican food, but then in other countries, it's just called food. It's just food. It's not. It's not like a culture associated with it.
Different, but it's not because since I grew up in Louisiana, I'm just familiar with some of their spices and whatnot. Because their spicy is not spicy to us. Like their spicy, just like it has like a kick to it. But their paella, oh my god, that is heaven. It tastes like jambalaya a little bit, but it has like fresh seafood, fresh seasoning, fresh everything. You can taste it too, and it's just amazing. When I was in Barcelona, I had my first paella, and I was in heaven. I loved it. And also too, like I love the food there. They eat empanadas a lot, and they eat bread a lot. So specifically with each meal, you'll have bread, and you'll have like maybe an egg with it, and you'll definitely have water and wine, and you'll also have like a dessert at the very end. And let me tell you, their ice cream there is so fresh. Like it is heaven. Like some people in my class are just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't have ice cream because I'm on a diet." I'm just like, diet and forget diet. This ice cream is bomb. Like the dulce con leche, the chocolate, the sherbet, the gelato. Oh my god! Imagine that it was so fresh, and it was only like, I think maybe €1.50 for like scoop and a cone. So good.
Stuff is so cheap.
It's awesome. You're just like y'all have it so good. And get this, so the first week I was there, me and my classmates, like a group of us, small group, we accidentally went to one of the expensive restaurants, one of the most expensive ones. And guess how much a plate of food was with like 4 cups of wine for like one person?
Okay. I want to say.
So we had 4 cups of wine each person, and we had our own plate of food with the dessert and with the water to include it. And it was about 6 of us.
This time I want to say about 25.
Nope, cheaper. Like for each person.
12.
A little bit higher. This one was about €22
Okay.
for your plate and wine and dessert. And that was expensive. We were just like, what? In America, this would be like $40 a plate, you know?
Yes, that's like going to like Ruth Chris or some, I can't think of like real expensive place, like those Angus Barn type places. It was like
Foco de Chao here in Austin. That's a really expensive restaurant.
Where your steak is like $40 and it doesn't include a side.
No, it doesn't include the side or a drink, just the one steak, $40.
And but then I'll come back to food in a minute. Like, I know you were there for studying abroad. So how were your teachers?
My teachers were pretty cool because we were only taking 6 credits, so that was like 2 classes, 3 and 3.
Okay.
I had a Spanish cultural class, Miss Yoli. She spoke, oh my god, like 200 words a second. She was really fast. But we made it through. We understood it because the first week was like kind of the rough week, you know? And we had an exam every Friday and a presentation, which we all made it through. And my second teacher, she was my Miss Carmen. She was our grammar teacher for Spanish 4. So that one was great too, because like grammar, I don't know why. If I see it, I can write it out perfectly. But hearing is like my downfall sometimes in Spanish, because like it sounds so similar sometimes. But that was pretty good. Just like you would have class Monday through Friday. Friday was your exam, and you were done for that unit. So that it went by pretty quickly. Yes, but I liked it because you were like you got it, you said it, then you were done.
Okay.
And plus, all the information that you learned, you use it once you go back out anyway. So it's awesome.
So were you doing both classes at the same time, or was it like one and one?
Correct. It sucked having class at 8:30 in the morning, but we had class from 8:30 to 10:30. Had a half an hour break, then from 11 to 1 p.m. And then you went home, and then you were done for the day.
That's not bad.
It wasn't, in all honesty. And I lived a minute walk from my university, so I went back to my host mom's house and then like would chill for like an hour, and at 2:00 have lunch and then take a nap.
And then you had the rest of your day to do your work and get out and see places.
Yeah, do your homework and then go out and do what you want. Typically, and then we had dinner around like 10 p.m. Come back for dinner or have it at 10:30. Take a shower, try and go to sleep, because typically we'll go back out, and just like have a drink at a bar. That's the custom. Go back out, have a drink, chat with your friends for like an hour or two, and then go back home. So yeah,
that's not bad.
Now some of my classmates, though, the first week they worked hard at the club because they wouldn't get back home until like 5 a.m. We had class at 8:30. I'm just like, I'm not doing it the first week, like not the first week. Come on now.
You ration
Like I can
that.
see the third and fourth week, but not the first week.
Is it getting it out of their system?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So how many of it was you? How many of you all went as a group?
I believe in total the group was about 34 people.
That's not bad. Was everybody from your university or the different schools?
From my university. Like I didn't know them prior to traveling, but they were all like Spanish, either Spanish minor or Spanish majors. So
Okay.
and we would help each other with projects and stuff. So it came in handy. So now I have like friends that I know like you bond really quick when you're in a foreign country. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because they're like you. It's like were there any others that were like first timers or some people who had already done it before, going back a second
Oh
time? Or
nope, it was all our first time.
oh, nice.
Now the teacher, obviously, he was from Violet, and like the professors, so like they don't really count. So like the
Okay.
students wise, like we were all this all our first time like traveling to Spain.
Okay. Oh, so you had a teacher go with you. I wonder if it was just you all by yourselves or you had someone go with you.
Yeah, someone go with us, but like we all traveled separately. But like once you got there, our professor, like the coordinator for the study abroad program, he was there. He had his assistant. He had two professors from Texas State. They would monitor, make sure everything was okay. I was like, hey, how's your host family? How's your roommate? Like, are you enjoying it? How do you feel? Like, making sure everyone felt good. Because some people did get very homesick when they were studying abroad. I won't lie.
What about you?
Oh, I was fine. Like.
Gotcha.
I'm like the first night I missed my bed because I was just like, this is not my bed. Like when it's not your bed, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
But I know like I had a great time. Like I told my family, like, hey, I love y'all, but I want to experience being in a foreign country. I want to experience this because my first time and it's amazing. Like I love you. Don't take it personal if I don't talk to you every day. Look at my Facebook, look at my Snapchat. You're good. I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm. But now that you're back, like, did it take like a second? Like, oh, I went somewhere. Is like that? Oh, I'm back home thing.
It really is like when I'm sitting down or about to go to sleep, I'm just like, man, I was in Spain a day ago. I was in Spain 2 days ago, 3 days ago. It's like you're like, wow, I did that. It's so crazy because like that month flew by like really fast. I felt like it went by too fast, and now I regret not staying longer. Like I regret not just being like, let me go for like a half semester, let me go for a year. Like, why did I pick just a month?
Could you have stayed longer?
Yes. Oh my God. I love Spain. I loved it so much because like just the food, the culture, the people, the music, like all that stuff was just like, amazing. I didn't want to leave because when you see it firsthand and you indulge in it, you're just like, man, why do I want to go back? Like I love this. But what you don't like is those seeing your bank account go down. You're like, yes, the only thing I don't like about it.
Right, because it does all add up. Like euro here, euro here, euro here, and then you think about it, it's like, wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Yeah, but I won't lie. I saved up a lot because what I did for me personally was that I worked so much that way I paid all my bills a month in advance for when I was gone. I had money for when I came back, so the money that I put in my one bank account that was all for Spain. That was it. I won't lie. I did kind of go overboard because I had bought a jersey in Barcelona and I bought some souvenirs for my family because my mom wanted one, my brother wanted a shirt, and this. So I was like, I kind of went over budget, but it was okay. And whenever you go to an airport, any airport, regardless of where you're at in the world, it's expensive. Because I had in Madrid, I had to take my terminal. I was in Terminal 4, and I was trying to get Terminal 1 for my airline, and that was 20 euros for a taxi, which sucked. But it was a huge uproar. It took like 10 minutes to get to the terminal and by taxi, so I could not walk that.
Gotcha.
But and of course, food is expensive in the airport because I spent like almost 20 euros on like a sandwich, a drink, and like an apple. But that's the airport, airport food.
Yeah.
Airports are always expensive. But other than that, it's like I had a great time. But I won't lie, when I was in Dublin, I had my very first Guinness beer.
I was gonna ask you about that. How was that?
It was okay. I'm not a fan of beer. I hate beer, but it was very dark and it was very stout, like bitter and whatnot. But it was actually pretty good because like I had a muffin alongside it, so that way it kind of helped balance it out a bit there.
Because it's like, well, you're there. They're known for their Guinness, so might as well.
I know, might as well. Like, what's the point? Like, I have to have a Guinness beer in Dublin where they make it, and it was really, really delicious. I feel.
Was that last week when you were there? I mean, I mean, you
Uh,
posted it. I just forgot.
Correct, because I flew back in on Sunday, so I was there on Saturday. So that was only like what 2 days ago or 3 days ago.
That's funny when you think about like, oh yeah, I was just there, just chilling in Ireland. Okay.
I know it's kind of just like a shocking. You're like, wait, I was there. Like I was there a couple of days ago. Now I'm here.
Cause I
And
can,
I definitely feel the jet lag still.
cause I can see in your face, it's like that excitement. Like I'm there, and I'm back here. But I was there. I want to go back. I can see that in your face. I want to go back. I do. I see it.
Yeah, I want to go back definitely, definitely. And I'm just like, I want to explore Dublin. I want to explore more of like Spain because being there a month is not enough time. Like, it's not enough time at all. And it's like I want to go back. I want to explore Dublin. I want to explore London. Like I want to go to Japan. Like I want to go everywhere in the world. I want to experience everything.
And and I know they say no questions. No questions are stupid questions. So this is something I don't know. Going to the different countries, was it kind of like going to the different states here, where you're just gonna plane and go to different states, and it's like stuff is so close by. Is that how it was in being in Spain?
Oh, so traveling in Spain?
Yeah, traveling in Spain. Yeah, long-winded question. Yes, long-winded question.
It is so cheap, and I'm so jealous of them because when I went to Barcelona, it was about a 5.5 train ride because they made at least 4 stops. It was a rapid train, but it was 160 euros round trip only because I bought my ticket the day before because of school and whatnot. But if you wanted to go, say for example, you want to go to Paris, it would have been like you bought like a week in advance. It would have been like maybe 40 euros round trip or 50 euros round trip. Like they can travel around Europe for so cheap. All I have to do is like get a train ticket, go for a weekend, and come back that Sunday. And it makes you so jealous that they can just travel so easily. Or if you want to take a plane, you can take a plane ride. It'd be like maybe at most 50 euros round trip. And you're like, I am so jealous, like so jealous of them.
So,
like, why can't we have that here?
Yeah, from this 2 hour plane ride is going to take you. It's going to cost you like $200 or $300. Like, crap. Okay.
I know, like just going for them, me going to LA would probably like 300 round trip. For them, they can go to Paris from Madrid to Paris for like 50 round trip on a plane. You're like, what? It's crazy.
Because I'm curious. I know so you're in school. You're doing classes like 5 days a week.
Typically, for the program, yes, Monday through Friday was our schooling.
Okay.
And 2 weekends we had excursions to. One weekend we went to Segovia. Segovia, Spain is known for their castle, the giant castle and the cathedral. And then another weekend we went to Cacao that had another castle and more museums and whatnot. And my free weekend I went to Barcelona. So
Okay.
Everyone else had went to Santander or went to San Sebastian. I wanted to go to Barcelona because it's been a dream of mine since I was little to go to Barcelona. So I was like, hey, I'm not letting this opportunity go. I am going to Barcelona.
So you went there by yourself?
Yes.
Okay, that's really okay. So how long?
And I really, my friends.
How long was that trip for you by yourself?
Oh, by myself. I was only by myself for like a day and a half because I had left that Friday and I got in around like 5 o'clock in the afternoon there. And I explored and I went out Saturday and whatnot. I explored all of Barcelona as much as I could by foot because, oh my God, it was awesome. And Sunday I had to come back on the train, which wasn't bad. Now, when I came back and I had to go through Madrid's train station because I didn't have a direct train coming back, that gave me like a little bit of a shock because I had to get off that train, take a transfer train to get to a different station and get on my main train back to Valladolid. So that was kind of like, what? Like, it's so huge there. The train system there is no joke.
Okay. I've heard it's a little intense. Unlike doing like Amtrak
it is. Something. It's like imagine an airport, like say for example the Ahari airport or the Atlanta airport in train form. That's pretty much Madrid's train station. It's crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
I
It's a little thing there.
I get a little. I remember Atlanta somewhat from when I was younger. So yeah, okay, I have an idea. Uh, you've taught me a lot this evening about Spain.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, great. It's ridiculous. And get this too. So, it's just kind of funny to me. So, when you get on these trains, they don't really check your ticket until after. So, you can get on the wrong train easily there.
oh,
And when I got on the train going to Barcelona, the guy didn't check my ticket until 3 hours into the actual train ride. And I was just like, I could have been a random person on here without a ticket for the longest.
and it's like, well, you're like almost there. So what are they gonna do? Stop
I
it?
know, I'm just like, okay, but that's European culture. They're so relaxed because they know that people won't do something like, promiscuous there. They're very trustworthy, they're very relaxed too, and it's crazy.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
I know, it must be nice.
Okay, I know I told you about like my fear of flying. Well, I got over that, so maybe I can try overseas. We'll see.
You can do it, you can do it.
Overseas.
It's awesome.
Hey, got a passport. Might as well use it.
Yeah, don't let it go to waste.
Yeah. He telling me that. But this is good because like this. I think for those listening, like, do you have like, any advice you want to give people who maybe say, okay, I still might be on the fence? Like
Mm-hmm.
anything you want to tell them, like, get out there and do
To
it.
tell
Enjoy your life.
people, it's like, well, I would tell someone, well, how badly do you want to see this place? How badly do you want to experience that culture? Like, is that experience greater than your fear? Because in all honesty, it's going to be greater than your fear. Because, like, yes, it is scary to think that, hey, I'm going to go get on this plane, get on this train, and go to this place that I've never been to before or by myself. It's like, hey, just take that fear. Because, like, that little meme that I always see, like, date that girl, get the job, do this because it scares you, but it's worth it because think about it this way. Would you want to have a regret later on in life? Like, say, for example, I want to go to Paris, get on a flight to Paris. I'm scared of flights, but hey, at least when I come back, I'm like, hey, you know what? I did that. And 10 years down the road, hey, I went to Paris this one time instead of being like, oh, I was so scared to go that I let my fear get the better of me. It's like, yes, life is scary, but at the same time, if it's worth it, it's gonna be scary because nothing worth having is gonna come easy. I will say that. So if you really want to do something, go ahead and do it. Like, of course, make sure it's safe. Make sure, of course, use common sense. Get everything situated and just go follow your dreams. Like, don't let your dreams be dreams. Just go ahead and live them.
Those,
So, yay!
those are words to live by. And take one.
Try.
We take. Yeah, You said try. Yes, I agree. Try. We'll take one more quick break and we'll come back. I have some fun questions for you.
Okay.
So we're back, and first of all, I want to say thank you for enlightening us about your adventures in Spain. This has been very eye opening, especially for me, and I think a lot of our listeners.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear. I love to help and whatnot.
And this brings me to something interesting I've known about you since when I first met you, that you are a cosplayer.
Yes, I love cosplaying. I've been cosplaying since high school, and yeah, even though I'm not like the crazy Ayahan seamstress, I still like cosplay for fun, to hang out with friends and whatnot. Because that's for me, that's what cons are about. Just like getting together, having your photo shoots, being geeky and nerdy with your friends, and just like having a good time.
Yeah, I should have asked this earlier, but would you consider going over to Spain for any cons?
Oh my god, yes. Okay, so before I actually went over to Spain, I was actually researching any events that they would have. But typically they have all their events in November and December, and I went in July, so they didn't have any because over there they have the Spaniard Comic Con, and they have another anime convention too, which I forgot the name of it, but I know that they have Comic Cons over there. But typically they're later on in the year, and they're very popular too. They're pretty big.
Okay. Were there any particular ones you want to go to?
I don't have any particular ones at this moment. But one day I would love to go to London Comic Con. I know it's not in Spain, but it's in London. But it's MCM London Expo. That one is like worldwide known, so I have to go 1 year, at least 1 year.
Okay. So you said you've been doing cosplay since high school. So what got you started on this journey?
Oh, okay. So for me, my journey starts is that I've always grew up watching anime because cinema was my well, cinema was my first anime because like I was about 4 years old and I saw her on TV and whatnot, and that kind of got me hooked in like Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Saturday morning cartoons and all that good stuff. And I'm just like I always wanted to like make these costumes and be these people like on Halloween. And when I got older, one of my aunts, she worked at a convention center in Los Angeles, and she would tell me, "Oh, they dress up like this at this thing I host sometimes." Like she was an event coordinator, so she would help people like put on the events for Anime Expo. And she would come back and tell me this, and I was like, "Oh my god, I want to be like those people. I want to dress up." But it wasn't until I was about 16 when I first had moved to Austin. I was 13 and I realized that, oh, people have anime conventions. I'm like, oh, that's what they're called. So when YouTube came out, I would watch like YouTube videos about people going to these different conventions and seeing how people would dress up. And so when I was 16, they had a convention here in Austin, Texas called IkiCon. And I wanted to go with a friend, but I really wanted to dress up. So prior to that, I had a sewing machine. I started sewing, and my mom had got someone to help me, like, come in and teach me like the basics of sewing. But no, honestly, I didn't tell her that I was sewing for cosplay. I was telling her I just wanted to sew just for fun. And so I started sewing. I got my very first wig. I cosplayed T2 from Code Geass. That was my first official cosplay because prior to that, I had like, mini mock-ups and casual cosplays that I would do in school. Mm-hmm. But C2 was my very first cosplay that was like official and that put me out there. And I had an absolute blast going to my first convention and my first cosplay. And yeah, and I just kept going on with that.
Okay. When was that like?
I think it was 2009, 2008 was my first anime convention. So yeah, fast forward now, it's like I still go to them, I still cosplay, I still go to different events and whatnot. So yeah.
I think you and I probably like start around the same time. So that's good.
Yeah. Probably.
I know I started. My first con was 2009, but I didn't start cosplay until 2010.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, around the same time we started, going to conventions and cosplaying together. Which what I love about it is that no one's ever too late to join the cosplay game, and no one's ever too old to join a cosplay game. Mm-hmm. Like it's an event. It's a hobby that everybody can do at their own pace and have fun. Mm-hmm. Now I won't lie. In recent years, there has been some kind of like cosplay community corruption when people trying to become cos famous and all that stuff. But when it comes down to it, cosplaying is for fun. Like, yes, it can be a competition for like craftsmanship, but the base of it is to have fun, not to become the Beyonce of the cosplay world, not to do that. It's to have fun. And some people, I won't lie, let it get to their heads if they get popular, and it's like Kendrick Lamar says, sit down, be humble. Because, you're still just a nerd dressing up as a fictional character in the world, in the reality world,
Yeah, I mean, they're paying, unless you're invited, you're paying your fee to get in like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Your badge, yes. You're paying for your cosplay if you get a commission, or if you make, you're paying for your prop, you're paying for your wigs, your contacts, your makeup, your hotel stay, your food, because food is important at conventions. Don't skip out on food.
I'm curious, are chicken fingers or chicken tenders like the number one food choice at cons in Texas?
Oh, at cons, the number one food choice is always ramen. Ramen and pizza.
Okay, I gotta go to Texas then. Okay.
Oh, really? That's what all I've seen people eat ramen or people eat pizza.
Because do you pay for like the convention center food, like the expensive house payment food?
Typically, I don't because it's highly overpriced, like ridiculous. Like a hamburger would be like $10, and you're like, oh my god, no. So typically, me and my friends, if there's aren't any food trucks around, we'll just order pizza. We'll go out to a restaurant or something because like it's worth instead of having like to pay like $10 for a hamburger, you can just go to a restaurant and get like an actual meal.
Yeah, that's
Because
smart.
I won't lie, that adrenaline rush does kick in when you're at a convention. You're just like, I don't need food. I'm good. You're like, no, you need food because you will burn yourself out really fast without having food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I mean, do you have anything you want to share? Any projects you're working on right now, or anything top secret right now?
Nothing's top secret with me because like I will announce something and it'll take me a while to really like get it in effect because like cosplaying is expensive even though it's awesome, it's pricey, and like adulting comes first, school comes first and whatnot. But for right now, I don't have any definite cosplay plans. I really want to cosplay. Oh my god, I have a list, but let's do the most recent ones that I want to do. Because I really would like to do Shooty from Black Panther. That's coming up here pretty soon. I would love to do her because I love her character and whatnot. I'm just like, yes, Black Panther cosplay. So yes, so that's Shuri. I definitely want to do Domino from the new Deadpool movie because she has an afro and I can use my own hair for that. So I'm just like, yes, awesome. Who doesn't love Deadpool? So come on now. And I definitely would like to do Sombra from Overwatch.
Okay.
I want to do continue doing Diva, and I want to possibly add in Tracer because I love her design too. Her character is very spunky, and I have some friends too who are watching My Hero Academia. I may cosplay from that, but that's not a definite yes or no just yet.
Oh, yeah, I need to start that. I keep hearing about that.
It's actually pretty good. I watched a couple episodes of it, and it does get you hooked too. So I will tell you that much. And also, I've been seeing a lot of Persona 5 cosplays, and I'm just like, oh my god. And I'm really liking her red catsuit, so I'm just like, maybe. But in due time, because like for me, whenever I go to a convention, I take into account, the cosplay, like how much will my cosplay cost, how much is my hotel, my badge, my food, my makeup, all that good stuff. Is I don't want to be caught in a place where I don't have money for food. It's like no, I need food. Like I need food. I need water. Like that's always important.
Remember, people, adulting comes first.
Yes, unfortunately it does. Because I remember when I went to Econ back in 2009, I took a break from conventions for about 2 years because, like, it's money. Like, you have to pay to get in. You have to pay for your cosplay. You have to pay for, like, everything. So it's like, I took a break and I started going back to them. And, like, every now and then I'll take a small hiatus because, like, I have to because, for me, even though my friends will give me free photo shoots for my cosplays, I feel bad because it's like, no, you have to pay them, like they're a photographer, they're taking their time out of their day, like they're an artist too, to photograph you, to edit you, to put you up on YouTube or Facebook. Is like that takes time and effort, so like you have to pay for the quality of the photos that you want, so
Exactly.
all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I believe cosplaying has become this multi-billion-dollar mainstream hobby now because like people will pay for a wig to be commissioned. People will pay for a costume. People pay for makeup artists to like do their makeup. People will pay for photo shoots. People will pay for like the special effects in their photos and whatnot. It's like there's so many different aspects of cosplay that goes into it. And yes, it has become mainstream now. But at the same time, don't let that stop you from having fun. Like have fun what you do. Don't hurt anybody. Like just have fun and be yourself.
Yeah, and I think this kind of somewhat sums up the entire conversation. I think it's like you have to enjoy your life, like what you said. You to do you want to have regrets looking back on your life? Like, did you, you know, as you said earlier, did you take that trip to Paris, or did you let your fears get in the way?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And I won't lie, life does get in the way sometimes. Like, oh, I want to do this project, but oh my god, I gotta like get a new tire for my car. Like, what's more important, my cosplay or my car? Like, I kind of need my car to get to work and school, so
yeah,
certain things can wait. Adulting comes first, unfortunately. But when you work hard, get your money right, you can have fun. Being this cosplayer, like taking a bit from reality and whatnot. So yeah.
yeah, and people don't forget conventions come around again the next year.
Oh, they always do. Like, hey, if you can't go this year, there is always next year. There's always another event coming up. You can always hang out with your friends at a different time. Like, don't, because I notice that sometimes too. Some people in the cosplay community, they'll go to these conventions, pay for their hotel, pay for their badge, pay for a brand new cosplay, but then like a week later say, "Oh, I don't have enough for rent. Oh, I don't have enough for food." It's like, hey, adulting comes first. It's okay to sit at a convention. You're gonna be fine. Like it's not the end of the world if you don't go. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I mean,
yay.
if that is your livelihood, then if that's what you, if that's how you make your money, then yeah, okay, you need to go. But
Yes, for Yaya Han, just gonna gear like they work constantly around the clock and they're hardly ever at home. Even for like Leon Chiro, like I watch him on Instagram. He constantly flies around the world and he'll go home for maybe 2 days and he's back on the airplane again. I'm just like, good lord.
hey,
Like if that's not your livelihood, then you should definitely get your priorities right. Make sure your adulting life is fine, and then cosplay and whatnot.
yes. One of the last two questions: if there, what cosplay would you want to do? Money is no option.
Oh my god, if money is no option. Oh my god, like it's hard because it involves armor. Definitely Wonder Woman's armor. Like I would want to make that like with Warbler and everything like to a full T Wonder Woman. And also Lightning from Final Fantasy 13 too. Like I would want Lightning's return, like her full armor with the feathers. Oh my god, definitely. And also I'm blanking out right now. It's another one. I swear I know it. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. I forgot. Okay, I
Huh.
can't say it. It's like I remember it's in my head, but I can't remember. But definitely Sailor Moon Serenity's dress. Like I would want that to make that so detailed, like with the pearls, with the diamonds, with the long satin like train and whatnot for her dress. Like I would definitely love to do Princess Serenity and also Neo Queen Serenity for a cosplay because that one would be very expensive because like all the detail and the jewels and beading that would have to go into it. But those are my dream cosplays,
Awesome.
and someday I will get them completed.
You will just keep your goals there, and just every now and then work on it.
That's
Mm,
true.
no.
Just keep it slow and just keep working. Because I love to follow. I love cosplayers who do a lot of craft. Like for example, Jay Hart Design. Oh my god, that man is amazing. Like his detail for each and every dress that he creates, just amazing and flawless. And it's just like, oh my god, I love you. You're so amazing. Also, Holly Gloha, she's amazing too. But her craftsmanship and even male cosplayers too. It's just for example, I believe he goes by Isaiah Blue cosplay. He is a beast at everything he does, and it's just like God, amazing. So yeah.
That's, give me some names I gotta look up. Uh, I have homework to do. But I do want to say thank you for taking time to talk to me this evening. This has been fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I had a great time chatting with you too. I wanted to ask you more questions. We're about to end it here, so we'll have to save
Oh,
it for
yeah,
our
sure.
next show.
Go ahead. Ask anything. Sure.
Oh, really? Okay. So, how do you feel about sexy cosplays? Because recently everyone's been like, oh, it's ruining cosplay and whatnot, and blah, 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 about this, and that. And like, I won't lie, like, sometimes you do get tired of seeing the same, like, oh, we're in a bikini with bunny ears, Pokemon ears, but it's just like, that's how that person chooses to portray that character, so you can't really get mad at them, you know? Like, for me personally, I don't like it all the time, so I will look away. But how do you feel about it?
I'm kind of the same way. Like I'm not. I don't judge people by it. It's like if that's your choice, that's your choice. But
Mhm.
it's kind of makes you wonder for those who always do that. And I'm not gonna name any names. We can think of some, but I'm not gonna do that. Because it seems like that's all they do. It's like, what are you doing? Are you in this for the crafting, or are you in this just to show yourself to the world, or what are you doing? I mean, there can be tasteful and then not so tasteful
Mhm.
sexy cosplays. I mean, there's some that are like, okay, cool, and you can tell you love the character that is your own design, and there are some like, what are you doing? Put some clothes on. But I guess I say to each his own. I mean,
That's true.
doesn't bother me. It's like, are you having fun? Are you enjoying yourself? Cool. And
Exactly.
that's where I leave. Like, if you're happy and that's what you're doing, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong. Because
I'm telling you, you do you, boo. You don't want to spend all the money.
and I think it goes like with like any cosplay people do. I'm like, as long as you're happy and you're enjoying it, then it's all about having fun, like you said before. I mean, I mostly do casual cosplays more so because it's easy or easier. But
Yeah,
I mean, I
I
have
mean, like the popular L cosplay everyone does.
yes that, and then like I do like my John Constantine, real easy. I have the trench coat in my closet, and got everybody have a white shirt, red tie, and some khaki pants, and I'm okay. I'm done. But then hey Castiel, I'm like, I gotta get some props. And so
hmm
I've learned to answer his Castiel too. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But it works. But I think as long as you have, back to the sexy cosplay part, I'm like, hey, you're having fun, and it does grab attention. I mean,
That's true. Sex does sell like in any media, but it's like, hey, that person's okay with it and they're having fun. Like, why, like, try and bash on them? Like, they're having a good time. They're not hurting anybody. They're doing their own thing. So let them be themselves.
and hey, if nobody's bothering you and people are respectful, that's all. That's a plus.
hmm
Uh, I don't think I haven't seen that many. I don't think like who have I seen? I haven't seen that many. No.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Probably the only person that comes to mind is like Jessica Negri, most. But
Oh, yes.
but but that's about it. Really.
Okay.
Uh, I do want to give a shout out to Maki Rose since you have her poster on your
I
wall.
love Makiro. Oh my god! Someday I will meet her. Someday I will meet her in person because she is just amazing. Like I found her about 2 years ago, I think, online when she did her Ryoko cosplay, and I was just amazed at it. I was just like, "Oh my god, who is this girl?" And I've been following her ever since. I'm just like, "Oh my god, she's amazing."
Yes,
So yes,
she
I
is.
fangirl moment for Maki.
And we finish. I'll share something with you. But yes, I forgot to ask. Where can people find you online?
Where do people find me online? Nowhere. I'm kidding.
Ha!
You can find me online on Facebook at Arielle Champagne Cosplay. Just type that in the search bar. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram as Care to Be Champagned. And I'm pretty sure he'll put that. So that's my Instagram, Care to Be Champagne. I'm on there. I am also on Twitter, but I really use it as Ari Champagne. Ari underscore Champagne. You can find me there. I am definitely on Snapchat constantly, which is Arielle Hime, which is ARIELLEHIME. Definitely on there. And also YouTube, Arielle Champagne. So my YouTube channel is fairly new still. So I'm trying to add more content to there. So yes, I have 5 different platforms you can find me on social media.
Will you be posting some of your vlogs on your YouTube channel?
Oh yes, I will very soon. I just recorded a vlog here earlier today, so I'll probably get that in hopefully by the end of this week. And I'll start another vlog too, like from my experience from Spain and whatnot, and I'll try and add it as soon as I can with videos and pictures.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you again, Ariel. This has been fun. And
Thank you for having me on your podcast and show. I was like, I feel so honored. It's my first time, so I'm like, oh my god, I'm famous. Kidding.
you are.
Nah,
I was trying to. I was
no,
like, wait,
I'm no yeah.
where's the air horns? Right, that. Mm-hmm.